"Take a hike, sweetheart." My husband, Ethan, jeered from the driver's seat, his family's laughter echoing as their sleek SUV peeled out of the dusty gas station lot. I stood frozen, one hand on my 8-month pregnant belly, the Florida sun scorching my skin as their taillights vanished toward their fancy beach getaway. My name is Mia Bennett, 31, and until that moment, I thought I knew heartbreak. But watching the man I'd loved for 4 years ditch his pregnant wife in the middle of nowhere, with his mother and sister cackling in the back, that was a betrayal that cut deeper than anything I'd ever felt. As the dust settled, I realized this wasn't just about me anymore. It was about my unborn daughter, and I'd make sure the world saw Ethan's true colors. This was my breaking point, and I was done playing the fool. It started innocently enough. A quick stop on our road trip to St. Augustine. My swollen feet ached, and I'd asked Ethan to wait while I used the restroom, moving slowly in my 3rd trimester. When I shuffled out, I saw them through the SUV's tinted windows, pointing and laughing, like I was the punchline to some cruel joke. Before I could reach the door, Ethan hit the gas, leaving me stranded in 95-degree heat with nothing but my sundress, my phone, purse, even my hospital bag. Everything was in that car. The gas station owner, Hank, a weathered man with a kind face, saw it all. "That ain't right," he said, voice tight, ushering me into the air-conditioned store. I got cameras all over this place, caught every second. His wife, Clara, handed me a cold soda and a granola bar. "I'm calling the news," she said, eyes blazing. "People need to know what kind of man leaves his pregnant wife like that. And his family laughing about it." I should have been mortified, but a strange calm settled over me. Let the world see. Let Ethan and his clan face the consequences. Rubbing my belly, feeling my baby girl kick. I knew this was for her, a fight to protect us both from a family that thrived on cruelty. Looking back, the red flags were there from the start. I met Ethan at a Jacksonville charity auction 4 years ago. He was charming, a rising star at Coastal Trust Insurance, a company built on family values. I was a preschool teacher, passionate about shaping young minds. Despite his family's polished world, Ethan seemed grounded, different. We married within a year, even though his mother, Evelyn, and sister, Brooke, made it clear I didn't belong. Evelyn ran the Bennett Charitable Trust, hosting glitzy galas, and never let me forget I was just a teacher. "Such a quaint little job," she'd say, her smile sharp. Brooke was worse, setting me up to fail, like inviting me to a casual brunch that was actually a black-tie donor event, leaving me humiliated in jeans among designer gowns. "Oops, forgot to mention the dress code," she'd smirked. Ethan used to stand up for me, brushing off their jabs. But when I got pregnant, everything changed. He started echoing Evelyn's criticisms, chuckling at Brooke's barbs, treating me like a liability. This trip was supposed to be our last hurrah before the baby, but Ethan insisted his family tag along for bonding. I should have questioned why he made me sit in the back, claiming Evelyn got car sick. Their whispers and giggles should have tipped me off. Hank's voice snapped me back. "News crew's coming in an hour," he said, checking his phone. Got the footage ready, clear as day. Clara pressed another soda into my hand. "You're shaking, hun. When'd you last eat?" I hadn't since breakfast, too caught up in the trip's excitement. "They were laughing the whole drive," I said quietly. Like I was a joke. Clara's jaw tightened. "They won't laugh when this hits the airwaves. My cousin's at Channel 5. This'll blow up." Using Hank's landline, I called my best friend Sarah. She'd always distrusted Ethan, especially after my baby shower last month. when Brooke accidentally spilled wine on my dress. "Mia, you okay?" Sarah answered. "Check Ethan's." "Social media. It's bad." Hank pulled up Facebook on his computer. Ethan's page showed photos posted 15 minutes ago. Him, Evelyn, and Brooke by a resort pool. Cocktails raised. The caption read, "Free at last for a real family vacay. Some folks can't keep up with the Bennett vibe. Beach-bound. Family first." Comments from their elite circle piled on, laughing at their escape. "There's more," Sarah said. "Evelyn's Trust just announced a Family Values gala next week. The nerve!" Hank replayed the security footage. Me waddling out, Ethan's SUV speeding off, their laughter audible. "Monsters," Clara muttered. A sharp pain gripped my abdomen. "Just Braxton Hicks," I said. But another made me wince. Hank was already calling 911. "Hospital's 40 minutes out. Better be safe." A news van rolled up, and the reporter, Lisa Torres, took one look at me and said, "We're getting you to the hospital first. We'll interview there. This isn't just abandonment, it's endangering a baby." As they helped me into the van, more media arrived. The story already spreading. Another contraction hit. Stronger. Lisa held my hand. "Doctors will take care of you, and we'll make sure everyone knows what the Bennetts did." Staring out the window at the growing media frenzy, I realized this was bigger than my pain. Sometimes, the darkest moments spark the brightest justice. At the hospital, the maternity ward became a makeshift news hub. The contractions were false labor, stress-induced, but doctors kept me overnight. By evening, Hank's footage was on every Florida news outlet. A nurse popped in. "Mrs. Bennett, more reporters want to talk. Send them away." Before I could answer, Sarah rushed in with my phone, recovered from the resort by a staffer who'd seen the news. "Turn on channel 5, she said. There was Evelyn in pristine resort wear, spinning lies. "A misunderstanding. Mia's been emotional. Pregnancy hormones." She wanted space, and we respected that. The reporter pushed back. "Footage shows your son driving away, laughing, leaving a pregnant woman in 95-degree heat, with no phone or purse. Explain that." Evelyn faltered. "The footage is misleading. Our trust stands for family values." The screen cut to the video. Ethan's voice clear. "Take a hike, sweetheart." My phone buzzed with notifications. The Bennett Trust's social media was drowning in outrage. Donors pulling out. Coastal Trust Insurance was trending. Buried in criticism. "Your story's national," Lisa said, entering with her crew. "People are livid. Want to speak?" I thought of Ethan, Evelyn, and Brooke, probably still sipping cocktails, thinking they'd won. I thought of other women trapped by people like them. "Yes," I said, sitting up. In the interview, I laid it bare. Ethan's shift during my pregnancy, his family's calculated cruelty, the hospital bag they'd taken, risking my baby's safety. "This isn't revenge," I told the camera, hand on my belly. "It's about ensuring no one else feels this betrayal. My daughter deserves a mother who fights back, even against family." Messages flooded in. Ethan's co-workers distanced themselves. Coastal Trust's CEO issued a statement. "We're reviewing this disturbing incident." By morning, the story was a wildfire. Hank appeared on a national morning show, revealing the footage captured a chilling exchange before I exited the restroom. "They planned it," he told millions. The mother-in-law said, "This'll show her she's not one of us." Laughing. About stranding a pregnant woman, Sarah burst in, tablet in hand. Leaked emails from Evelyn's Trust. They showed a campaign to marginalize me. Evelyn calling me unsuitable for a preschool teacher. Worse, Brooke's text to Ethan revealed their endgame. After the baby's born, we'll prove she's unfit. Your job and Mum's connections will get us custody." My heart stopped. They didn't just want to humiliate me. They wanted my child. A man in a suit appeared. David Klein, Coastal Trust's ethics officer. "We've fired Ethan," he said privately. "We can't stand by someone who'd endanger a pregnant woman and plot to take her child." He handed me a folder. Ethan's company emails, showing he'd researched custody lawyers to challenge my stability. "We're giving this to your legal team," Klein said. "And we've uncovered Ethan's workplace harassment. Multiple women came forward after your story broke. You've exposed a pattern." As he left, Lisa returned. Evelyn's Trust lost its biggest donors. Their country club banned them. The resort kicked them out. Guests complained about sharing space with those people from the news. My phone pinged. An anonymous text from Ethan's assistant. Saved dashcam footage from his company car. They planned this for weeks. Had to speak up. The next day, Ethan's former assistant, Rachel, arrived, nervous with a folder. "This goes beyond custody," she said. Documents revealed insurance policies tied to my pregnancy, including a life insurance policy I never knew about. "They wanted to paint you as unstable," Rachel said. "The gas station was meant to trigger a crisis they could document. If you'd gone into labor." Sarah cut in. "This is FBI level. Insurance fraud." Lisa nodded. "The Bennetts have allies trying to call this a stunt. We need to be strategic." Then my phone lit up. Evelyn's tearful video on the Trust site. We were protecting our grandchild. Mia's erratic behavior worried us. A call interrupted. Ethan, on speaker. "Mia, baby, let's fix this privately," he pleaded. "Think of our daughter. She needs me." I thought of the policies, the custody plot, the laughter. "She needs a father who doesn't risk her life for money," I said. "What?" His tone sharpened. "Watch what you say, Mia. You know who I am." "No, Ethan. You're dealing with a teacher who documents everything. Witnesses, footage, your paper trail. The media's watching." Silence. Then, venom. "You'll regret this." I hung up as Rachel got a text. FBI agents were at the motel where the Bennetts were holed up. "The insurance fraud division's cooperating," she said. I touched my belly, my baby kicking. "She'll know her mom stood up to monsters," I said. Lisa's crew caught Evelyn's arrest, handcuffs clashing with her designer outfit. Justice was moving, swift and unrelenting. A week later, I held my daughter, Emma, born 2 weeks early, but perfect. The TV blared. FBI uncovers fraud at Bennett Charitable Trust. The pregnant woman's abandonment was just the start. Ethan was arrested, no longer the slick executive, but a man facing federal charges. Evelyn's trust collapsed. Assets frozen. Brooke's social circle vanished. Hank and Clara sent flowers with a note. "Your girl's got a fierce mom. That's worth more than any fancy name." Sarah adjusted Emma's blanket as Coastal Trust's CEO announced a fund for victims of domestic abuse, seated with Ethan's revoked bonus. I looked at Emma, sleeping peacefully. She'd grow up knowing her mother's strength, not her father's cruelty. Revenge wasn't the goal. Freedom was, and building a better world for her. 3 months later, I was back in my preschool classroom, welcomed by supportive parents and staff. On my desk was a framed article, "Gas Station Case Spurs, Bennett Protection Act, Making Abandonment of Pregnant Women a Felony." Evelyn's sentencing, 5 years for fraud, showed no mercy for her fake tears. Ethan and Brooke faced similar fates. My story sparked change. Coastal Trust, hired me as a consultant for their family safety programs. Speaking gigs rolled in, women's shelters, ethics panels, police trainings, but my heart stayed in my classroom, teaching kids about kindness and courage. Emma thrived, loved by Sarah, her godmother, Hank and Clara, who visited often, and strangers turned allies. The Bennetts' social media went silent, their legacy a warning. Sometimes, I told a reporter, the worst days lead to your greatest strength. Emma will know her mom didn't just survive, she changed things. That gas station wasn't the end. It was the start of a fight I won, for me, for Emma, and for anyone who's ever been left behind.